All right, guys. So this class, not your average lead generation, was actually scheduled around January. Obviously, we have some unforeseen circumstances. So Banna and I got together and we decided to redo our presentation and kind of um, make it make sense with what's going on in the market today and our current COVID-19 situation and how we can make adjustments going forward. So to start, just a little bit about myself. I come from a finance background. I was a trader, programmer. I am Facebook and Google partner and HubSpot certified. I've been with the association for about 6 years now, and YPN leadership for last year, 2019, and this year, 2020, and a proud realtor. So that's just a little bit about me. Let me pass it on to Banna so she can do her introduction, and then we can get on our way.
Hi, everyone. First off, thank you so much for joining us. We really a time to see what everyone else is doing and how can we implement that into our business. This class, we have been teaching it for quite some time, and each time it gets really better and better. And I think this was a great opportunity to shift into the digital world. We've always been in the digital world, but not like this. So thank you so much for joining us. A little bit about me. I'm really involved in different organizations with Miami Association, my 4th year, state director, NAR. I recently now am the membership chair for the Women's Council of Realtors. I wanted to join a national organization that's it's really well respected across the U.S. and it's a great way for referrals. I'm involved with the Children's Museum, Ocean Conservation. I'm involved in all of these things because I want to meet lots of people. And at the end of the day, we are in the people business. We can always focus. We're going to be delving deeper into leads, but at the end of the day, this is still a relationship business, even if we have to nurture relationships online. So that's a little bit about me. We can continue.
All right, guys. So the first thing we set up our slides in a different way this time around. The first thing we want to kind of go over and things that people should really consider now to start is don't forget to breathe. We've been hit with these circumstances out of the blue, and for the last couple of years we've been going 100% doing business, and now all of a sudden we are expected to change our business on a dime. So we think that a little bit of time for ourselves to really take into account, into consideration the things that are happening in our market is a little bit of a benefit. And also it will help you in terms of your health, maybe mental health. We want to go over some stuff that's going to help you right before we continue diving into the business side of stuff. It's okay to take this time. I know a bunch of my YPN friends, myself included, we are taking this time to kind of ground ourselves, take a break, reassess situations. So don't feel bad if you're home and you're seeing yourself maybe staring at a wall for a little bit, not knowing what to do. That's totally normal. We are all on the same boat, and so we are all experimenting together. Take some time to read, to write, exercise, especially now that we're all quarantined. I think some exercise is definitely beneficial. Some things you can do, maybe declutter, create an office space in your house, meditate. These are all things that are going to help you pivot and move forward with your real estate business. And I think they're just as crucial and as important as moving forward. I don't know if Banna wants to touch on this a little bit before we move on.
Yeah, absolutely. We're confined in this one room or in this one house that we are in, and we can get a little bit of cabin fever. So I think it's important to get the body moving. If we can go on walks, I think it's also important to perhaps implement some goals. Maybe before you weren't able to do any push-ups, and then maybe after the quarantine, you can now do 50 push-ups or abs or different things like that. I think will not only help your mind but help your body during this time, and after we can come out of this better. We don't need to come out of this worse, and we can do that through physically and through knowledge. Taking webinars like this, taking online courses, setting goals, different hobbies, cooking and baking and painting and all these new things that you didn't have time to do. Now you have all the time in the world to do it. The excuse was always, I don't have the time, but now it's all we have. So what are we doing with our time? Productive.
Also, I know for myself on a creative level, going forward, we are, unprecedented times. Our marketing is going to change as we're going to go over some things. And for me personally, when I get my creative ideas, what I like to do is really saturate my mind with a lot of information, read, uh, go to the board, do their webinars, everything, and then take a break. And you'd be surprised how many creative ideas will start to flood your mind just by, doing that.
Yeah, there are definitely so many free resources out there. From we'll delve deeper into that, but from the Miami Association standpoint, they are absolutely amazing with what they offer, especially with the virtual open houses. So take a look really deeply into all the free resources out there.
So we've been dealt a bad hand, and there's a lot of, maybe you can hear some negativity going around, what's going to happen with the market. And we're here to tell you that with every, that this can be an opportunity in disguise. And, there's also a lot of people maybe comparing this situation to what happened in '08, the recession. The fact of the matter is, the market and the economy won't dictate your business. It's more so how you respond to the economy and the market. So if you take that into consideration and you understand that there are certain things that you can do to protect your business, to continue to make the income that you need to do, I think everyone that takes this seriously and heeds some of the advice that we're going to put forth today is going to come out better. And once we come out of this thing going forward. So some things to really consider now is the time to regroup, to re-strategize, and to re-engage. Take this time, guys, like we mentioned, to learn as much as possible. Take the kinds of courses that the board is offering almost on a daily basis. Even if you go onto their website, MiamiRealtorsLive.com, you're going to have a ton of webinars that you can take advantage of. And please understand that, in my opinion, the real estate industry has been a little bit behind in terms of, technology, marketing, and advertising. And this situation that we're in has been a catalyst for this industry. It's going to propel us into where we need to be in terms of, marketing and technology. So there is a bright side, a bright light at the end of this tunnel. And when we get out of this, you're going to notice that business as we know it is going to be transformed. There is going to be a new norm in the way business and marketing is done. So please understand that. Some things that you can do now to help you understand what's going, to get a lay of the land, to help you reach out to your clients. Banna's going to cover some stuff.
Hi, so this slide is probably one of my favorite slides in our entire presentation, because these are things that you can do in your home and it requires zero money. In real estate, we always incur expenses. And I think that right now we are able to save money, and anything that involves saving money, you have my attention to, especially during a time like this. So I think now more than ever, it's a time to leverage your relationships and to create new ones. And we can do this very simply during these times. Speaking with lenders, this is a time to educate yourselves and to provide value to your clients. And your lenders are your go-to people on what you can learn. There's so much really out there. Not everyone knows what's going on with the forbearance, the evictions, the credit scores, what's really going on, the jumbo loans. So this is a great time to shine as a real estate advisor in the eyes of your clients, friends, family. So use this time to educate yourselves and then bring that back to your clients. And you do that through multiple, marketing avenues that we'll talk about later. With joining YPN Pro, I absolutely love how we have these webinars that we can connect and laugh and joke. And what are we doing? Some people are walking their dogs, some people are in their pajamas. And it creates a nice way to connect with people because, social distancing does not equal social isolation. So you do want to stay involved. YPN Pro, we also have these other webinars and these type of classes. And I always learn 1 to 2 small things that I never knew about before. So it's a collective effort. Speaking to lenders, so YPN Pro. YPN is the Young Professionals Network. If Miami Association of Realtors has a separate group called Miami Young Professionals Network. We'll send you the link so you can join and get more info with it. So joining YPN Pro, staying involved, organizing your contacts in your CRM is something I'm always teaching about, especially in my online class I offer. this is a great time to delve deep, 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 deep into your database. Have everything organized. Your buyers, your sellers, your past clients, your prospective, your renters, your landlords, everyone is in your database. And this is a great time to organize them. So whenever you do want to market to them, you're able to really do so. So delve deep, look into your purses, your book bags, get all those business cards and implement them. Create like lead capture pages, which Alfredo will probably talk about afterwards, and build your database up, up, up. I'll talk a little bit more about care calls and then I'll hand it off to Alfie. So care calls are what I'm doing, and that's been a great way to maintain those one-on-one relationships with our clients. I'm using this time to not be a realtor, but more as a friend, so that when we are leaving, when we finish this quarantine, they think of me first, because not only am I their realtor, but I'm their friend. We're talking about the books we're reading. We're talking about what fitness at-home workouts we're doing, and they think of me a little deeper than just a real estate advisor, and that creates that more one-on-one trusted relationship. So creating these care calls, messages, calls, track them all on Follow Up Boss. I hope the CRM that you're using, you can use that and during these kind of circumstances, so everything gets logged, so you can see how many calls you've made, how many messages you've reached out, how many emails, and you can see who's answered, who hasn't. There's this relationship business that we're in, it can really be tracked, and it needs to be tracked, especially with with using certain metrics like your CRM, like your MailChimp. So care calls, personalized messages, personalized emails, very good.
So Laura had a question I want to address real quick. What CRM do you recommend? There's a million CRMs out there. It's the one that you're going to use. I've heard that expression before, and I think it hits the nail right on the head. Every CRM is different. They all have their plus and minuses. Just find one that you feel works for you, and that's the one that's going to work.
Yeah, so there are a lot on the market. There's Follow Up Boss, Lions S, Top Producer, Boomtown. See what works for you. KV Core is a really good one. See what works for you, but it doesn't matter what you do, which one you choose. You just gotta work it,
Right.
And I think that's the problem with a lot of people. We just get these CRMs and spend all this money, but we don't use it correctly. So now if you do have a CRM, you should really dig deep into their library and take all the webinars so you can maximize the CRM to your potential. I recently learned so much about Follow Up Boss that I can't believe I've been paying for it and I didn't use it to its full potential. But now at this time, I'm really able to. We'll list some of them.
And keep it simple. Simple works. So moving forward, about sharpening your skills, these are some things that we recommend that you take the time to do to help you come out in front of this situation smarter, sharper, and better. Take online board classes. Like we mentioned earlier, there's tons of them, and they span every category related to our industry. Online courses or websites like Udemy, Masterclass, Coursera. If you need to catch up on your digital marketing skills, maybe your copywriting skills, your ad writing skills, there's a class for everything. We also suggest you start getting comfortable with video. As you know, there's a bunch of classes happening now. They're all video, it's all Zoom. And, it's not just in our industry, but when we come out of this, people are going to expect video now, right? This is changing the way marketing is done. So just get comfortable with video. Don't overthink it. Practice at home. Send out maybe a couple of videos to your friends via email. And like I mentioned, if you start using the proper tools, maybe like BombBomb is a video, you can start even using, seeing analytics behind your video and seeing how well people respond to them. And we'll cover a little bit of that going forward. Try and master Zoom, because there's so much you can do with Zoom, not just the courses that we're offering now, but just to give you some examples. If you have past clients, family, friends, guys, Zoom doesn't just have to be business. You can invite them to do how YPN does. We do happy hours, and we meet up on Zoom and we discuss things. So there's no reason why you have to let a quarantine stop you from getting face-to-face with your clients and your friends and engaging them. So Zoom's a great tool. We're using it every day, and we definitely recommend that you learn it to the best of your ability. Also, paperless signing and transactions, that's exploding right now. I know we did trainings in our office, in our company this week. Get familiarized with this. People are going to expect maybe not to see an agent face-to-face at first. Maybe they expect you to send them paperless signatures to do their contracts. So the better and the more proficient you can get at paperless signing, like Dot Loop or eSign, the better it is for your business. And also, yeah, go ahead, man. Sorry.
Go ahead, continue.
And lastly, handwritten letters. Now's the time. We are, yeah, pushing digital, but we are at home. And if you have a printer at home, there's no reason why you can't use tools like IMAP, get some addresses, write down some letters, some personalized letters. Everyone is at home. They're checking their mail. Now's the time to make that emotional connection with your past clients, maybe your sphere, maybe even your farm area. And again, we're going to cover this a little more in detail, but try not to be so salesy, but rather be a resource for them or a source of information.
Yeah. The masterclass Coursera, the what's it called, Udemy, there's another one out there, Class Central. They have a bunch of free ones. A lot of them are amazing. They talk about negotiation, digital marketing. Some of them are like 4 to 6 weeks. I think that's an excellent tool to really dig deep. Some of them even offer cooking. Some of them offer all these different tools that, you know, why don't you just take them? Getting comfortable with video has always been something that I think was the future in real estate even a year ago, but now really more than ever between the YouTube and the Facebook lives and the Instagram lives and the listing tours, and now we're doing virtual open houses. Miami Association of Realtors offers an excellent virtual open house tool. And I think that virtual open houses, virtual video, I just invested a ton of money into Matterport for all my listings, and it was necessary. Now my clients can drag and drop the floor plan, see the 3D dollhouse view, and I think that's really going to be the future of real estate more than ever, is getting comfortable with video and getting comfortable in talking and appearance-wise. And the best thing I can recommend is just start practicing and practicing and practicing. I never used to like video. I still kind of don't, but eventually you get really comfortable with it. And then the paperless signing and the paperless signing transactions. I recently launched a virtual home buying, home selling program on my email blast. I included it, and it's a list of like no touch showings, hands-free, drive-through closings. And I think that kind of gives your clients peace of mind, and to show them that business continues as usual. You know, I know a very good brokerage, and they're closing and they're making moves. So really, what's the excuse here? You know, and some of these closings have happened from virtual signings. The inspection occurred with 1 to 2 people there max, all safety precautions, and then the closing was drive-through closing or the mail outs. Everything was done unseen. It's still happening. We just got to market ourselves correctly and position ourselves. And we do that through online presence. We do that through creating value. We're doing that by showing our clients things are still closing. There's still some lender options out there. Cash is king. Doing that kind of, you do that by providing value to your clients through these email blasts, through these text messages, and keeping them posted. I have gotten more inquiries than ever on buyers. My sellers are reducing their prices, and my buyers are really, I'm getting more inquiries. Banna, what can I get for 300,000? Have you seen any good deals? This and that. And they see that because I'm sending out content to them. And the only way they're going to know is through you, or maybe through the other realtors working harder than you. So create different virtual home buyer programs, home seller programs, showing them that what we're doing, how are we pivoting? I'm sure a lot of your clients are asking you what's going on. Do you have a good answer to tell them? You know, how are you reaching out to them? I think those are all really important things, and free tools. I recently created like a 1-page about me, and I want to use that, and I want to send out when leads come in through my website. And it's just a 1-page quick little about Banna, who am I, and it creates that one-on-one interaction with them, that I'm not just a random realtor, you know. So now with all this time, you can do things like that.
Excellent. So now we're going to talk about some tools that we have and that we definitely suggest taking advantage of, especially now. So recently our last YPN class was precisely on IMAP. IMAP is a great course. It was taught by Antonio and Catherine, and I'm sure that video and that course is up on the board website. This is a great program to use, and it's free to use to all board members, and it's a way for you to get mailer data, addresses for example, your farm area. It's a great resource to have now if you want to start sending out direct mail or handwritten letters to your farm. Remine is another great tool that I highly recommend. It allows you to pull the equity data on properties. So if you are farming an area and maybe you are limited on budget, maybe you just want to send your farm area um, the people that have high amount of equity on their property versus the entire farm area. Save yourself a couple of dollars and you can target homeowners that may be thinking about selling or liquidating some asset. BombBomb, I mentioned it earlier. It's a third-party video email program. It's great. You're able to embed videos directly into your email. You can brand your emails. You can also, once your emails are sent out, you can look at the data. You can see the open rates. You can see how people have engaged with the email. It's a very powerful tool, especially now. Look into PPC. Towards the end of the class, I'm going to show you PPC is pay-per-click. It's basically Google or Bing advertising. There are literally thousands of people online right now looking for properties and rentals on the market. I'm going to show you that in a little bit. Learn this, master this. It's a way to get in front of the buyers. They're high intention buyers. They're going out of their way to search for properties online. And it's a way for you to get in front of them with your website, with the properties that you offer. SEO, for those of you that like blogging, that like writing, now you have all the time in the world. I will say SEO is a little bit of a full-time job, but if you become good at it, for example, I know Ines, who's also on the board. She runs miamiism.com. She does a phenomenal job with her website, and she's having a good return on that. Social media, again, guys, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all those platforms, you should be taking advantage of them now. Maybe rebrand them, make them equally branded across all of them. Email marketing, a little bit on that. Permission first. I think now that we want to become a resource for our past clients, our sphere, a good way to do is reach out to them first, talk to them on the phone and ask them, hey, listen, there's so much going on in the market right now. Would you mind if I set you up on a weekly drip, right? Where you can send them the email. They're 9 times out of 10, they're going to say, yeah, sure. Because they want to know. They want to know what's happening to maybe the values in the property, in properties. So ask for permission first. And what's going to happen is you're not going to have people unsubscribe. You know, don't just start spamming people with emails because they're going to unsubscribe. Radio ads is one. I personally haven't done them, but I know of agents that do it and they do get results. Mobile marketing, influencer marketing, guys. Now is a good time to partner up with other industry leaders, maybe restaurateurs, other business owners, and do online Zoom meetings. I heard Christina Pappas this morning talk about there's a cigar shop in Brickell that is doing actual bartending classes through Zoom with their clients. Their clients would buy alcohol from them, and now they're promoting bartending classes. So now is the time to get creative. Use other influencers. Doesn't have to be the real estate industry, and you can start cross marketing to different audiences and using each other's audiences to grow and to expand your reach. Text messages, which is SMS. There's a third-party company, Twilio. Most CRMs come with a text messaging application where you can, instead of email, send them text. Again, use permission first, get permission first. Slide broadcast is another tool you can look up. It's for voicemail. It's pretty neat. Basically, you create a message, you talk into your phone, you develop a message, and then you can just drop them directly into their voicemail. It doesn't even ring. So if you're scared about talking to someone, this is a good tool for you. Your message goes directly into their voicemail and they get to listen to you. Digital postcards, something that I think is pretty neat. We need to start thinking about how to develop our audiences. Going forward, you want to bring people into your ecosystem, and we're going to talk about that in a little bit. But instead of sending mailers, right, you get a farm area, you have a budget, you send your mailers, but it's really hard to measure an ROI. Something that's pretty cool is I would recommend maybe creating a YouTube video and talking in one video, uploading a video where you talk about that specific farm area, and then attach, when you send the mailer has a call to action or an actual link on the postcard that drives that homeowner or that farm area to that video. So now people are interested, they're watching you, maybe doing a video in front of their neighborhood in the lobby of their building. So now the postcard acts as a a way to send traffic to your channel, and then you can measure that. You can see on the YouTube side, you can see how many people watch your video, and how many people subscribe to it. So it's a great way of merging old school tactics like sending out mailers and combining it with the digital aspects like YouTube. I have a question. Let me see here. Okay. And also, guys, live stream. Facebook and Instagram. If you go live on Facebook and Instagram, Facebook, they're going to push your video all the way to the top. They want you to go live. So take advantage of the algorithm, and be seen. It's one of the best ways to cut through the noise on social media is to go live. So take advantage by doing the virtual open houses live. Once you do the live video, the video stays recorded and you can share it, you can boost it, and it's a great way to gain more exposure. And also marketing and remarketing. We're going to get into that at the end of the class.
Yeah.
And last quote, sorry, Banna, cut you off. Stopping advertising to save money is like stopping, and I spelled stopping wrong. It's like stopping your watch to save time. That's by Henry Ford. And what happens now in a time like a recession, people tend to contract when in fact you should be doubling down and tripling down and expanding, because once we get through this, the people that do that, the companies that expand, they're the ones that are going to capture the most market share.
Yeah, those are so good. And even, I didn't even know about some of these. BM, genius. The digital postcards, I've heard of Alfie discussed before, genius too. You know, and like I've always said, it's not just doing one thing. It's more of doing all of them, and it's a collective effort. You know, you really have to do all of this so that your clients are constantly seeing you. So by the time quarantine is over, they're ready to make moves, you know? Something that I want to touch really quick on is the influencer marketing. So I partnered with this genius Instagram influencer in Miami, the Miami Guide. They want to go back one slide, Alfie. Use your tools.
Is it this one?
The digital postcard. Do you want to touch back on that real quick? Or is it, are you discuss it afterwards?
Yeah. Is that what they want? Digital postcards, how to do them?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, it's pretty straightforward. Create a YouTube video. You could use YouTube or Vimeo. Once you upload the video to YouTube, you're gonna get a link, just like any YouTube link. And what happens is when you go to your printers, instead of having a call to action that says, call me, we can get your house sold first. Now what you're doing is you're attaching a custom domain. Let's say you farm Highland Oaks. You can have highlandoaksvideo.com, and when people go to that link, they're going to see your YouTube video. It's going to direct them to your YouTube video. So now they're going to be able to see you standing in front of their neighborhood as a resource and giving information about what's currently happening in their market. So it's just a great way to digitize traditional postcards, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, very good. Influencer marketing. So I'm all about strategic partnerships. You know, every year I know I'm gonna do about 20 deals just off of like 5 key people I have in my life. And my 6th one I added recently was a new business partner, and I found him on Instagram. He first interviewed me for a podcast. Now he runs the Miami Guide, 130,000 followers. We partnered. Now I'm really using that to my advantage and vice versa. I created the online course. We use each other for, you know, follower growth and all that. And I would have never found him if it wasn't for Instagram. So I think reach out to see who wants to partner up. Right now is an incredible time for collaboration and delving into different in different industries. You know, the cigar idea is genius. It's a great time to also tap into local businesses. You know, I think we should, as realtors, see what's going on in your neighborhood. If you work in Hialeah, what's a local Hialeah business that perhaps is not doing so well that you can go in and market to? Perhaps they do juices. Look, start posting juices, start offering certain things, and that way they look to you as a community leader because you use the products in the market. You attend the restaurants, you support the local business owners. Perhaps you leave your business cards there, but you got to start somewhere, you know, and I think that's a great tool that social media offers us, is to collaborate and partner and think about other ways. And then the email marketing is how I built like most of my business, really, from like 8 years ago. I think, and I sent out a new email yesterday, And in the very first paragraph, I put like a super personalized, detailed message. Hi, everyone. I hope you're well. Just know that I'm here with you every step of the way. These are my list of services. These are the security precautions and safety measures that we're taking. Please contact me if I can help you in any way. Vanna, your trusted real estate advisor and your friend. And I think little things like that are great. And that creates the one-on-one that I was mentioning to you guys. I included the virtual open houses that Miami Association of Realtor offers. All of this was free. I got great feedback on it, a bunch of calls. How you doing, Banna? And that's what you want. In my opinion, these days, those are what are considered leads. You know, not someone, let's go. I want to go see this property right now. Let's go. That's a lead, sure. But during times like this, I think your leads are more inquiries, your text messages, Banna, what's going on. And that way you log it into your follow-up list. This person asked me about this kind of market. And then 2 months from now, hey, you know what? Hopefully you kept in contact with them, right? But then 2 months from now, you can be like, hey, I realized that you reached out to me and that's a potential lead. And using your CRM, you created a nice little notification there that you can go back to, you know? So all these amazing, amazing tools at our disposal.
All right, guys. And now we want to discuss a little bit about changing up your message when you do go ahead and utilize these different mediums for marketing. We need to switch our dialogue now from, are you or anyone you know looking to buy or sell a property, to how can I be of service? And not just ask how you can be of service, but just be of service, be proactive. There's people out there, homeowners, they don't know what's happening in the real estate industry. We're saturated by information every day because we live and breathe the business. But if you put yourself in the perspective of homeowners, renters, they want to be in the know. They need to know. There's a lot of uncertainty. So if you were just to pivot your way of thinking from salesperson to more of maybe a consultant, I think it's going to go a long way. Banna, if you want to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that, are you looking to buy or sell a property? No, that's a little insensitive as well. I think more it's
Right.
like, that's what I was saying, you know, how are you guys doing? Is anything going on? I recently learned about a motivated seller, you know, so I think now's a good time to also pivot. Before, I mean, I'm always a listing agent even now, but right now I'm actually a little more towards buyers, more towards my cash investors that have stayed liquid, that have cash. I recently learned through, I taught a class, I maintained connection with that class. The guy reached out to me, an agent, his ex-boss needs to sell their house immediately. So I think, you know, if you kind of reach out to your clients and to your database that you're open for business, you're working, perhaps people will reach out to you and you can pivot business that way. So now I'm trying to do, you know, a transaction between my investor and the person. The homeowner gets out, the investor, you know, finds this amazing property. So see what I'm all about riding the wave. And what's the wave right now? I think we're gonna see some motivated sellers. We're gonna see some more renters, I think. Just for right now, right? The next like 6 to 8 weeks, that's my opinion on how I think things are going. So I think perhaps pivoting and being more of assistance instead of, are you looking to buy or sell? It's more like, I'm here if you need me, you know?
Hey guys, can I jump in real quick? George Garrett has his hand raised. Mr. Chairman, you have the floor.
No, you know what? I just wanted to share before I left a cool little strategy that one of my agents shared with me. And the strategy is very simple. It's going back to the old school face-to-face, and they're leveraging Zoom. But what they're doing is they're using Uber to deliver a Starbucks coffee. And when the coffee gets there, they're having a virtual coffee face-to-face. So again, take advantage of the local restaurants, things that are going on. Get an appetizer, get a dessert, send it to your clients, get face-to-face. And you know, I heard this. I think I heard Banna say it, that, you know, she's not there trying to sell houses. She's just there really trying to connect. And keep in mind that I'm home with my wife and my 2 kids. I'm dying to talk to anybody, you know, especially if you send me a dessert or a coffee, you know, I'll give you 5 or 10 minutes. And if you are an expert in your field, like everybody here is, or that everybody else is striving, you know, our clients are dying to connect. They're dying to figure out what's going on in the market. How has this affected our market? And again, it's sort of our job just to sort of get in front of their faces, you know. And yeah, for those that are asking, I'm on a G4. G4. I'll be landing shortly, but I just wanted to tap in here. And the main reason why I wanted to tap in here is really because Alfie, Banna, the whole YPN, Kevin, you guys are rewriting the way real estate is bought and sold during this crisis. You guys are leveraging the tools. You guys are making an impact. And I'm here just as an observer, taking notes and learning. So keep up what you're doing, and thank you for giving back. Back to you.
Thank you, George.
Safe travels.
Yeah. And guys, please understand that going forward with all these tools and everything that we're discussing regarding marketing, it's an experiment. We're experimenting alongside with you. Again, this is totally unprecedented. So, have fun with this in terms of, like George just mentioned, sending coffee to a client through Uber. Like that to me is fun and it's memorable. So it's a time for you to like break out of the box, just traditional marketing, and have fun with it.
Hey, have fun, but at home.
I think that was a genius idea, sending like a cute little coffee that takes what, like $5, maybe more with Postmates and all that. But that remembers you. They're gonna remember you. Damn, she just sent me a coffee. I saw on Facebook some girl had a closing recently, a realtor. I think it was a Lux agent, and she had toilet paper in the closing gift. And she had like Fabuloso, and I think those are things that everyone needs, and that's just thinking outside the box, which is what I think we all need to do these days.
So now we want to touch base on some practical things that you can do to build your audience and to build up some leads. One of the things is, guys, look into Facebook groups. Facebook has pivoted as well. They're really doubling down on groups right now. And so for you to be able to take advantage and create hyper-local, hyper-focused groups is beneficial. I'll give you an idea. Let's say you farm a vertical, a building. Create a group specific for that building, and attach the link to that group to your flyers, to your door knockers going forward, your door hangers, sorry, and invite them to the group saying, look, this group is specific to homeowners in ABC building, and I'm going to update this group with information regarding past sales, price changes, right? So people want to know and stay informed, and it's a great way to have them in the palm of your hand. And anytime you need to make any notifications, you have them already on your Facebook group, and you can make as many as you want. You can have one for single families, areas that you farm, or like I said, condominiums. Also increase your touch frequency now. With so much going on, I think it's, again, time to double down on how often people see you. An easy way of doing this is going forward into the digital ecosystem. Have your Instagram, have your Facebook, have your YouTube channel, have your email drip. Like, if you can touch them with all these different mediums, all these different touch points, you're going to be top of mind. You're going to be relevant. And as long as you're offering resources and information, they are going to welcome it. Going back to video, send custom market and industry updates in a video format now. Let people get used to seeing your face. They get to see your energy also. And if you can do the videos in their actual area where they live, even better. If you want to make edits, I recommend Fiverr.com. You can find a video editor. You can send them your videos, and maybe even some images that you want to have put into your video. And it's relatively economical, guys. So Fiverr is a great resource. Is a great resource to help get your video content off the ground. And they do a phenomenal job for very little. PPC, which is Google Ads. Buyers are still online and they're looking. Renters are still online and they're looking. It's where they go to look now. In fact, most people go to Google to look for properties before they even go to Zillow. And you can see that data. So learn how to do PPC, learn how to get in front of those people that are actively taking the time to search and to go to websites to see properties. You can be the one company, the one website that, meets them and gives them exactly what they're looking for. We spoke on this. Host virtual past client appreciation gatherings, have fun with it. Invite different people that you've closed with. Just make sure, everyone's okay with it, and you can have a little happy hour, maybe have a market update with them. But it's just a great way and a warm way to get everyone in front face to face and break from the monotony of quarantine. And again, lastly, we said partner with other industries for virtual gatherings, restaurant, gyms. Someone asked the question, what kind of business? Should it be any business? But Banna answered, I think it should definitely be a business that complements you. I think energy matters, and especially if you're doing video, it's, you know, that energy is going to transfer into the video. So definitely companies that complement you and who you are and your character is the way I would go. Banna?
Yeah, this is an excellent slide. This really touched on digital marketing, and Alfie's going to go even deeper on the next one about digital marketing. But these are great tools. Creating the local Facebook groups and being part of other Facebook groups, you learn a lot, you know. So it's not just, it's also about community and connecting with your clients, but it's also about learning. You learn a lot of that through these Facebook groups. The custom market and the industry updates, those are genius. I have been sending out market updates in like just a graphic, a form, but I think I'm gonna even do these videos, because when you go on MailChimp and you include the video on there, you can actually, you know, measure and see what they click on. And every time I send an email, everyone clicks to the video link, you know. So I had to get out of the mindset that, well, I don't look at videos, but everyone else does, you know. So I think that delving deeper into video formats is an excellent tool. The virtual past client appreciation, I think, is genius. Everyone is bored at home, not doing much. They're with their kids, the homeschooling, they're bored. And I think right now during this time, we can maximize all this time that we have and be like an outlet, so that when all this is over, what happens? They think of you first. In addition to all of this, the truth of the matter is that people, this is a good time to see who is an actual motivated seller and who's an actual motivated buyer. Although I think we're going to see a decrease in transactions and all that, I think we're going to see a big increase in quality leads, quality people that are actually looking to buy or sell. Typical in the everyday life, you know, internet leads, a lot of them are just tire kickers. But I think during a time like this, people are really motivated, and if it's priced right, they might actually move forward on it. You know, some people are just waiting for some downtime, and this could be the time that they're looking for. And if you follow all these things that Alfie put, they look to you first because they're constantly seeing you, because you create this amazing digital online world about you, you know.
Right. So guys, I'm going to suspend the screen share because I want to now show you and kind of blow your mind in terms of how many people are actively looking for properties in our area and how it is that you can get in front of them. And I know there's a couple questions, and we'll get back to you guys in a second. So let me just reshare a screen here real quick. All right, can everyone see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, this is Google Ads. I just want to show you, for example, let me move this out of the way, how many people are looking for homes for sale in Miami. And I'll show you Broward as well. All right, so if you take a look, on a monthly basis, you have people searching in homes for sale in Miami, about 5,400. Actual people looking houses for sale, 14,800. Houses for sale near me, another 5,400. So if you just start adding up all those numbers, guys, that's monthly search queries that people are going out of their way on Google to find out what's for sale. And you can see up to March. So it's still going on. 84,000 in the month of March. We're looking for properties for sale. This is a way for you to get in front of these people and get their business. Let me show you how many people are looking for apartments. Apartments for rent, just in the Miami area alone, almost 41,000 people. And notice it says Zillow rentals, 12,000 people. These are people that don't understand Zillow, don't really go to Zillow directly. So they literally go to Google and type in Zillow rentals. So this is traffic that you can siphon that was directed to Zillow, and you can direct it towards your website. You can run a business off of rentals alone. Apartments for rent near me, 9,000, almost 10,000. So you're starting to see the numbers, the amount of traffic, and I haven't even gotten into Broward yet. So this is a great tool, a great resource. I'm going to drop in the slides how you can learn this, I'm actually going to be doing a whole series on this exactly. I teach this class for my company, and I'm going to put it into YouTube so you guys can learn how to manage this for your farm area. You can do it by city. It doesn't have to be the entire county. You can look to see if anyone works Coral Gables. Right, so we start adding, this is for rent. So let me see homes for sale. In Coral Gables alone, you have 140 plus 320 plus 170 plus 90. So you start adding up all these different search queries that people are going into Google and taking the time, and you can drive this traffic to your website and get them as high intent leads, good buyers. And then we want to finish off with, again, now guys, is the time to capture the market share. Typically, and we know this happens, recessions, people get scared, they contract their marketing budget, their advertising dollars. Now is not the time to do that. Now is the time to double and triple up on it. These are just a list of companies that actually were born and blew up during a time of recession. Big companies, GE, GM, IBM, Disney, HP, Hyatt, Trader Joe's, FedEx, EA Sports, and Microsoft. So now is the time to expand, take over the market share, market more, get a digital presence, get more video out there. And it's going to pay off once we come out on top of this thing. I don't know, Banna, you want to take over?
Yeah, I'm all about doubling down. That's really been my mindset in all this. While others are taking a break and reducing and this and that, this is a great time to double down, especially with what's out there. Like videographers are now taking, instead of doing $400, they'll take $200, you know? So I think look and see how you can negotiate with your vendors and see where you can, you know, benefit off during this time. What else? Zillow is offering like half month plus like ridiculous amount. A lot of these realtors let go of the Zillow zip codes. I'm not really a fan of paid leads, but you know, perhaps use some of that money that you were going to put towards Zillow leads, perhaps towards the PPC and the SEO that Alfie mentioned, the digital marketing part. There's so many different ways to double down, working a little harder, making more contacts, more emails, more everything. And I think this is the perfect time to do it. We're not really marketing for now, you know, at least in my opinion. If you're able to close a deal, absolutely amazing, blessings. But in my opinion, we're really marketing for Q3 and Q4. And if we use this time correctly, we can really bounce out on top. Better than we were before almost, you know, so I think doubling down is something we definitely need to do. We're marketing for the future. You know, I'm expecting a better Q4, Q3 than summer, really, you know, so I think that
Absolutely.
doubling down is an excellent idea.
And then I don't know, Banna, if you want to, you know, talk about what it is you do, want to plug yourself. I know there's people asking, what kind of budgets are you running? George, me for myself for PPC, I'm running about 30 a day, and I'm getting some decent results. I'm getting like 3 to 4 solid buyer leads per day through Google PPC, George. Someone asked, guys, I'm going to be doing a YouTube channel. Everything that we're discussing, I'm going to be uploading. I'm going to be doing series on exactly all the stuff. What does PPC mean? It stands for pay per click. Google Ads subscription is free. You just pay for the advertising. I'm going to be dropping a series on exactly how to do all that on a YouTube channel. I'm going to drop the link here in a second for you guys to subscribe and to learn exactly how to do this and take the time to build out all your digital marketing stuff. So I'll drop that in the chat in a moment. And Banna.
And you know what? The way that Alfie teaches his classes is so easy. Like my little 4-year-old cousin can do it. He really breaks it down super, super simple. And digital marketing can really be a complex system to conquer. And he really breaks it down easily. I'm definitely going to be attending all of the courses. I recently launched a marketing agency as well. We're focusing on social media management, online course creation, media promotions. And I also really want to help realtors. I put this all together because 8 years ago when I first started, none of this existed. None of this. We really had to work, you know, from the bottom up. So I put all this together. I have an online course now. We talk about marketing. We talk about what to do during your downtime, how to grow your Instagram account. And I included a realtor survival guide And there's a free consultation call in the course. I put the link, but I can definitely put it again. It's basically a little bit of what I'm doing, launching side businesses, strategic partnerships. Yeah, using this time really effectively. Okay.
I have one question. Guys, the link to the channel just got put on the chat. Thank you, Catherine. When you get a chance, go to there and subscribe. The series are going to be up within 2 days. I'm finalizing the second to last video. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be some great stuff. And someone had another question here. Oh, Alex, besides virtual tours and photos, what other showing activities would you do on listings that I can't show right now? Like I said, man, we're all experimenting right now. I would probably try and get away with walking around a neighborhood outside. If you have a dog or a pet, just walk around, man. Hold the phone up and just talk. You're a realtor. It doesn't have to be showing a property. Just talk about everything that you're learning right now in terms of what's happening to the real estate market. And people will be grateful for that. Like, there is no right or wrong way to do this right now, to be honest with you.
And also, what is it that you're trying to conquer? Is it because, are you trying to create content? Do you want to show the property to your client? Right now, virtual tours and photos, videos, the Matterport, the 3D floor plans, things like that are really what's being used right now. See, I have to see more what you're trying to do. And the association lockdowns, I think that's something that we should all abide by. We can't be, these rogue realtors. We need to be abiding by the law and social distancing and making sure we're following all the rules.
There was another question there. It's Claudia. It's Sly Broadcast, and what that application does is it allows you to record a voicemail on your phone, and then you can broadcast it to a number of different cell phone numbers. So instead of actually having to call and maybe risk someone picking up the phone, you can just drop your message directly into their voicemail, and they'll listen to your message that way. So it's almost like a drip campaign or a mass blast of voicemails to different contacts that you may have. Okay. Noel, what's a good source to create email drip campaigns? So I'll talk a little bit, and maybe Banna can jump in because we both do this. Most CRMs offer it. If you just want a company that does just email drip campaigns, you have MailChimp, you have Constant Contact, you have, I would probably go BombBomb because it's video, and that's what we're trying to push, video. So those are three good companies that just do email.
What was the question? The CRMs?
Yeah, for email drip, and then also, what Zoom meetings would you recommend hosting for buyers and sellers?
Recently, I saw that someone did a first-time home buyer workshop. I thought that was genius, and they had about 18 people watching it. Even if you get 5, why not? Those are 5 leads that you just got, and I think that if you use Alfie's tool, in addition to my email marketing one-on-one technique and his digital marketing technique, that'd be a genius rule, because a genius thing that you can do, because you use that home buyer workshop link, and then you create a Facebook event out of it, and then you can retarget with the Facebook tools that Alfie mentioned, and then you put that same link and you put it into email marketing, and then you put that same link into your social media. You create a landing page. MailChimp offers free landing pages, and then now you just blasted it out 8 different ways to your home buyer workshop, and perhaps you partner with a lender, and you partner with maybe an accountant, maybe bring in another person in there. So now it's like a real workshop with 3 to 4 people, all giving different little tools that the buyer didn't know about. And then with that same contact, you need to be working that contact up until they're ready to see your property. Free, everything free, Matterport for room dimensions. What other questions? Let's put all our questions.
Banna, someone asked, is there a website that provides you with property room dimensions?
Well, I just did I just used Matterport, and Matterport puts together your room dimensions, and you can do some measurements on there. There's another one, I believe, online. Some photographers are offering that. See what services they offer. We can look more deeply into that.
I'm responding to you, Lysandra.
Yeah.
She asked that she's having issues with KV Core emails going into spam, and I'm just writing, I'll just say, I've had that issue too. not just with KV Core, but with other third-party email platforms. MailChimp, I'd be careful because they are HTML5, and Google, I know that Gmail is pushing HTML5 formats into spam. So it's kind of like test, you know?
I mean,
That's all I can say on that.
yeah, I use MailChimp and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
Super easy to use. My marketing assistant can use it. You create one template, use that same template, and my email templates are nothing out of this world, but I just always say it doesn't need to be perfect, but just send it out. A lot of times those realtors are so focused on how it looks and oh my God, and this is not amazing. It doesn't matter. Send it out. All it needs to be is functional. All your client wants to see is ABC 1, 2, 3, and just send it out. So MailChimp I really like. It's super easy. They have those landing pages, they have the surveys, they have the forms. Up until like 2,000 contacts, it's free. I like it. For me, it works. I used to use Constant Contact. I used to use Mad Mimi. Mad Mimi is another good one. Agent 3000, that's a good one. I was just gonna say batch emails and follow-up calls are absolutely amazing. And if your CRM is really organized, you can even put in, Aventura, which I had a call with Albert Vasquez, another amazing producer in real estate. And he had a one-on-one Zoom call and he gave me all these amazing tips too. These batch emails and follow-up us. For example, let's say you want to market to Aventura buyers. You go on your follow-up boss. Hopefully everything is organized. You type in Aventura and then from there, perhaps put in some market updates. Hey, look what's going on at Aventura. And boom, send out a batch email to those 200 people that were looking into Aventura. That's why it's so important to have your CRM and your database so on point. So when a time like this, it's very, very easy to market to them. I have buyers for Edgewater, right, that I have put together that I've worked very hard for. So now with my listing in Edgewater, I did a Matterport. Please click on this virtual tour and I'm going to send it out to those people from Edgewater because of that zip code, because I organize that tag on it. So different ways, really. But see what works for you. MailChimp, a combination of MailChimp and follow-up boss. Another thing, batch emails and follow-up boss are very simple, like a regular email that I will email to you, very words, instead of MailChimp that has the pictures and the videos and the colors and all that. So I think a mix of all of
a combination of that I think works best.
Mm-hmm.
And someone's asking you, Banna, do you use Matterport for room dimensions or to do videos or both?
Both, and also the Matterport, it shows the room dimensions on there, and the Matterport does the video. It's like all in one. I can send you a link and you can test it out and see what works for you.
And sorry to go ahead.
No, and just see what photographer. Not everyone's working, so see what people are still working.
And Davika, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Can you talk a bit about a new realtor who is just beginning and where to start with marketing? You have to get known. You have to put your face out there. And the best place to start is with your sphere, your family, your closest friends, and just grow outwards from there. But you need to make it known that and have people know that you are now in the industry. So start with them. They're going to be your biggest cheerleaders. If that's where you're looking to start and you have a limited budget, always start with those that are closest to you. And get a good CRM. Get a CRM. It's going to make your life a lot easier. How do you organize a tag for buyers in an area? Lucian, I use KV Core. So with us, we just tag them depending on the area. If it's hashtag Sunny Isles buyer, or if it's more specific and I already know, it could be hashtag Sunny Isles waterfront buyer. It's entirely up to you. But the one thing I do recommend is that you write it down. Write down all your segmentation lists, your tags on a piece of paper so that you don't forget, right? And put it away. I do recommend doing that.
Yeah, a lot of brokers already pay for CRMs. I think that's, right now I mentioned about saving money and cutting costs. If you don't need to pay for one and one's already being offered to you, see what that CRM can offer you. So right now, go deeper into the webinars and to the support systems and all those free things that the CRM offers you, so you can use it to correctly. I'm sure that these CRMs that your brokers are offering you are good, or else they wouldn't be using them. So see what is being offered to you already, and check out the Miami Association of Realtors because they offer some free CRMs and free tools as well. All good. Any other questions? a 2-2 condo. I'm not sure. Perhaps someone's interested in that. What digital marketing do you recommend? I'll let Alfie talk about this and then I'll go into deeper.
Okay, so it's important to understand there's a difference. There's social media and then there's digital marketing. I would definitely probably point you in the direction of Google PPC, which is kind of what I just showed you, or learn how to do paid advertising on YouTube. It's the YouTube ad space is so undervalued right now, and there are literally no agents, including myself, doing it right now. So imagine Facebook does not allow you to target homeowners, but for some reason Google does. So if you have a farm area, you can start creating those bumper ads at the beginning of videos, and you can target actual homeowners in your farm area. It's super powerful with a simple message about becoming an informed homeowner, and drive people to your site, drive them to a squeeze page, a landing page, whatever have you. So I would definitely go the PPC route, and if you're doing paid ads, YouTube.
The Google statistics. Alfie, you want to pull up the website real quick, and then maybe about 5 more minutes we wrap up.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, guys, I'll show you the stats real quick. If I can find my cursor. So here, what I showed you, this is a keyword planner that Google offers you. The only way you can have access to this is you have to actually build out your Google Ads account. Okay. And then you have access to the keyword planner. Just for me to go over it right now on how to get to it, it could take some time. It's tools, settings, but if you go to the link I posted, I'm going to be, yeah, thanks, Banna. She just posted it. Just subscribe to it, guys. In the next couple of days, I'm going to do a whole walkthrough series for you guys to set up from A to Z. And I'll talk you guys through the whole process. But, you know, this keyword planner is super important because you're able to see in real time exactly what it is people are looking for. And then you can build your ads accordingly and get in front of them.
Yeah, so I just posted 2 tools, two links, Alfie's and mine, where we can talk further about all of this. You know, Alfie and I are really helpful, and we really care about others and our realtors, especially our Miami YPN Pro members. So we are here, you know, we're a friend, we are a resource, we are a nice community, a nice family. Tell your friends about Miami YPN so that they join as well, and take a look at our links. And if anyone doesn't have any more questions, we'll probably wrap up the meeting.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Alfie. Thanks. Great information.
All right,
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Take care.
Bye-bye.